We're going to be discussing functions in today's video. Functions in JavaScript are basically a block of code that is used to perform a certain task. The only way to really see a function in action is to call or invoke it. You'll see what I mean in just a bit. To simply start using functions, we need to use the function keyword. Then you can name it anything you would like to, but do try to give it a name that will let you know what exactly this function is meant to do. For the sake of this video, I'll name the function welcome, followed by parenthesis. Then over here we use curly brackets to show this is the beginning and this is the end of the function. From here, I'll just paste a simple hello world string and log it to our console. Our function won't really work at the moment. It needs to be invoked like I mentioned earlier. You can either do this right in your code over here, or let the function be called when a user clicks on a button. The way you would invoke a function is just by simply writing the function name, followed by parenthesis, and then use a semicolon since this is the statement. If I save this, we should see our console update to the hello world. This shows that our function is working. Now we can get to using something known as parameters. These parameters are variables as well, and you place these parameters right in the beginning of your function over here. So where you declare the function is where your parameters would go. So over here we use a variable known as name, and we can save that. The important thing about function parameters is that these variables will only work in your function and not outside of it. This is known as a local variable, and any variable you declare outside of the function is known as a global variable, meaning you can use a variable that is outside the function in the function but not the other way around. From here we can simply take out the world over here in our string. Remember to leave a space over there. Then we can concatenate our variable over here. Once that is done, we need to go to where we're invoking our function over here. This statement that calls the function holds arguments. These arguments are the actual values we would like to use. So we can write something like deek over here. And if you save this, our console should say hello deek. The great thing about functions is that we can call it as many times as we need to. And if you wanted to print out another name, we don't need to rewrite another function for this. We can simply copy this over. So copy, and then we can paste it. Then we just change the value here that we want. So now if I save this, we've called this function twice, but we've got two different values. Functions are great for reusable code and different results. That's pretty much about it when it comes to an introduction to JavaScript functions. If you do have any questions, please leave them down below and I'll answer them as best as I can. Now for this section, I believe that when it comes to coding, you learn more by doing. So if you want to take it a step further, we'll do something more interesting with our function instead of just printing it to the console. So all we need for this is just one statement that will call the function. So we can remove that, and then we can take away the arguments as well. From here, we can remove the parameters as well in our function, and then in the function itself, we'll declare a new variable known as name. And now over here, we use a new method that is known as prompt. So write prompt over here, and in these brackets, you write what is your name. Just don't forget the semicolon at the end of your statements. Then over here, we remove console.log and instead we use document.write. Before I run this, we're basically prompting the user to enter their name over here, then storing that value in the name variable. From here, instead of printing to our console like we've been doing where the user actually won't see anything, we're now printing to our documents over here, where the user will actually see the results. Then at the end over here, we're just calling the function so that it can actually run. So now if I save this, a dialog box should pop up. So this is our prompt to enter our name. I'll just enter deek again, and if I click OK here, we see a hello deek on our document. And that's pretty much about it for today. You can get pretty creative and try different things with functions, but hopefully you guys found this video to be quite helpful and a bit informative. With that, I'll see you guys in the next one.